I don't know what the hell store they were in. Ma'am, that was so ugly. What khakis? That was so please, okay. They sit down and start talking, and Ashley says that she may have misremembered what Nneka said about Wendy, and what she reported to Wendy, what she reported back to Wendy, may not necessarily have been the truth or the case. Girl, bye, Ashley. Bye, Ashley. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Karen in the confessional talking about that lady Bunions. Listen, Karen, she's quick witted. I like her. I like Karen. She a little. I like Karen so far. So far. So far. All right. Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle, and this is the Belle Perspective. And today I'm coming at you with another review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 3. Heaven is a Place in Potomac. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I cover books, TV, movies, all sorts of things. If you're returning, welcome back. Please, thank you for returning. I appreciate that. Please make sure to like this video before you leave. And also subscribe to the channel because I'm growing. All right, let's get into this review. I've already said what I need to say about the xenophobia and the tribalism in my last video. I think that it is very sickening and disgusting. So we pick up where we left off at Ashley's housewarming party, and everyone is still sitting around. Robyn gets there. It's really awkward with Robyn, and they kind of start talking a little bit about the situation with the intervention that they have with Robyn. And Robyn in this moment is being intentionally obtuse. She calls out Gizelle and says, Gizelle, I don't appreciate you telling me that that Juan shouldn't, be out with his coworker or doing things that he's always done, with my knowledge or not my knowledge or whatever. And I'm like, Robyn, you are specifically being obtuse, right? In this scenario, you're repeating exactly what Juan said to you last episode, right? Or however long ago that was, as they're filming this. Y'all, this is boring to me. I don't care. I don't care about Robyn and Juan. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to bring this up again. If Robyn is going to continue to be obtuse about the situation, please let her. I don't care. Let's move on. Karen and Robyn decide that they're going to try to work things out, and they step aside, go back into the house to have a conversation. Now, they were still going back and forth and taking jabs at each other. Robyn pushed the food aside and was like, I don't want you to get your breath on this. I'm not going to lie, that was funny. So they both come to an agreement. I don't know how long that truce is going to last, that they're going to only repeat things that they know are true. That's kind of been the running theme with these girls. Nobody is telling what they know is fact. They're just going around hearing what they've heard or repeating what they've heard. And so that's become the problem, and that's what it is. And I think it's because none of these girls are real friends. None of these girls really like each other. Nothing like that. So while Robyn and Karen are in the house taking jabs at each other, being nice, nasty, and trying to come up with a truce, a ceasefire, whatever you want to call it, back at the table outside, Ashley brings up that Karen told her that Wendy is going to be starting a TV show, and everyone is side eyeing. Mia's doing the shady slurp, and everybody's looking around. There's that awkward pause. Cherie says, everything isn't for everybody. Now, I don't know if she meant Wendy don't need to be doing it. Everything ain't for everybody, or everything that Wendy does isn't for everybody. That could have gone either way. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comments. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. But then we're getting, again, they keep going, pinning the camera onto Mia, and Mia's looking shady and saying, well, she said she doesn't want to fool with me anymore. So they flash back to how Mia threw a drink on Wendy. I'm trying to understand, why would Mia think that somebody would want to be fooled up with them after you threw a drink on them? So please get down in the comments again. I am trying my best to start watching this show over again, or watching the show. I started at season 6 when Mia started. Y'all, I only made it to, what is the episode? I think it was when Wendy had her body party where she was like celebrating that she had gotten her body done or whatever. That's as far as I've gotten. I think that's maybe episode 1, y'all. Okay. So I'm trying to work through season 6 so I can make it at least to 8. But help me understand why the girls don't like Wendy like that. Because the tension was very high, and I don't understand. Wendy says, "You know what? That's fine. You're absolutely right. Everything ain't for everybody, okay? And my show is going to be on a high education level." And Mia says, "See, that's the problem with you, Wendy. You're always trying to say that you're empowering women, but you do not empower people. And I just do not like that." She says, "I can't empower you. You're too slow."
In my life. No, I swear.
I ain't gonna lie, baby, I hollered. I hollered. I did. It was funny. It was funny because I low key kind of looking at Mia like, girl, is she okay? I high key, I'm looking at Mia, looking at like, girl, are you okay? She a little, she is. She a little, just a little, okay. So she does seem like she had classes in the front of the school. Okay, she did. She does. She does. She does. Anyway, Mia gets upset with that. In the confessional, she says, Wendy just says things like that just to make herself feel good. I said, girl, did you forget that you threw a drink on this girl? Did you forget? I mean, did Mia apologize for throwing the drink on the girl? Like, help me understand why Mia feels like Wendy should be featuring her. You throw a drink on me, I'm done. Like, why are we? I don't want to talk to you. And you best be glad I'm not trying to fight you every time I see you. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand. Please get in the comments. Did Mia apologize and Wendy didn't accept it, or? Like, I don't know. I think Mia's looking for Wendy to be featuring her, but I don't understand. Like, I mean, if you didn't take responsibility for throwing a drink on her, I'm confusion. Get down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. The girls are all headed into the living room, and Nneka and Robyn are grabbing drinks. And this is when I said, Nneka, I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I wish you would correct these girls instead of just allowing them to mispronounce her name. This is your one time to be on TV. You may never get an opportunity ever again, and you're always going to be remembered as the girl whose name was mispronounced. That is the most. I just think that that's correct. These girls, correct them where need be. Okay, Nneka. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name or not. Anyway, so she is talking to Robyn, and in this moment, you can tell that Nneka is a fan of the show. She's a fan of Bravo TV altogether. When she mentioned, "Oh, maybe we should get together and grab a cocky," that's a Bravo TV brand name that came from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I think, or Miami. I don't remember, but that's from Real Housewives. That's a Real Housewives franchise tagline. What else did she say? She also was kind of talking to Robyn as if she had known and heard about the whole scuttlebutt with Juan. Like, if you're just meeting these girls, why are you having a conversation about Robyn and to Robyn about how these girls are receiving her and how social media is dragging her? So I said, "Oh, she's a fan of the show. She's a fan of the show." And what I don't, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And she's somebody who's willing to sell out her own people just so that she can be famous. And I'm barely that that line of respect, baby. It's hanging on by a thread. It's hanging on by a thread. Okay, y'all. Robyn's confessional look. Robyn's confessional look. Y'all remember Emperor's New Groove? Child, this is her. This is what Robyn was looking like in that damn confessional. Girl, what is okay? Anyway, so while the girls are in the living room, Wendy invites Ashley and Ashley only, oh, and Karen too, to her children's first communion. And throughout the episode, I was thinking to myself, why are we focusing and emphasizing on Wendy being a Catholic? it is so strange and awkward. And then I said, oh, because this mess, this drama is pre-planned. This is pre-planned drama, right? This is drama that's being drummed up just for the show because there's literally nothing else, okay? And I'll get into it in my theory in just a second. So Gizelle is with Grace. They are picking out clothes. I guess she is getting ready to, she's shopping for when she leaves. And they're just kind of recapping on what they're gonna be, what Grace is gonna do for prom, and going to parties in college. A regular 17-year-old girl. She seems like she has a great head on her shoulders. Very beautiful girl, and her voice is unique. I like her voice. It's very deep and toned. It's deep and rich, and I like it. I wonder if she sings. I'd be interested to know. So this scene with Wendy and her children at the house, when I tell you this shit was so cringy, I was like, Wendy, girl, this is so cringy. Please, can we hurry up and get through this? So Wendy wants to talk about her first communion and how beautiful she looks and how this is her children's opportunity to have their first communion and da 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 about her being a good Catholic girl. And I'm saying to myself, girl, why the fuck do we care about you being a Catholic girl? What's going on? What else is going on, girl? Don't nobody care about your religion, maybe, mama. Don't nobody care about your religion. That's not important to me. Why are we talking about your religion? But you are talking about your religion and how you believe in the Bible and how you're a good Catholic girl, because now you know that the storyline for this season is that everybody's going to be trying to say that you're, doing voodoo and hoodoo and whatever type of tribal cultural, spirituality kind of thing. They're going to be trying to lean in and be xenophobic towards you and have tribalism, and maybe, and I don't even know what you would call it when someone has a different religion than you and you don't like them because of the different religion. Somebody get down in the comments, because I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but that's the reason why you're trying to push this whole I'm a good Catholic, I just read the Bible. Because Americans over here, if you're not, praising the Lord and, believing in the Bible and, oh, Jesus save me, if you're not on that type time, then they're going to be sideways looking at you. Because anything else outside of Jesus and the blood of the Lamb is, what do you call it? Heresy, right? So I'm like, this is not the way. This is not this is not the way. I also noticed that Eddie was wearing a Happy Eddie t-shirt, sweatshirt. It didn't land. It didn't land. It didn't land. It didn't land. Okay, so Wendy tells Eddie about Nneka, and Eddie's like, red flag. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I do think that Wendy knows who Nneka is, and she knew what angle Nneka was going to come at her with. And so that's the reason why she's giving us all this communion, and I'm a Jesus girl, and da 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 da, and the blood of the Lamb, and we communion, and we know the Bible, and we read the Bible, and we believe the Bible, and we wear white, and we wear yellow, and we just the Jesus, 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 Jesus. Like, girl, please, like this is what. So I feel like Wendy knew Nneka was coming, and so she was preparing for her by trying to like fortify what potentially firestorm could come out, a xenophobic firestorm could come out from this, right? And whatever religious prejudices that could come from this, okay? And I'm just like, this is so boring and dead, and I really want better for us, but I know we're not going to get it. So, okay. All right. We get to Mia. Karen goes to visit Mia at the house, and they're at this 1,500 square apartment. I'm like, well, is it really 1,500 square feet? Because it doesn't look that size. It looks pretty spacious, but maybe we're only seeing the living room, so maybe it's not. I don't know. I can't tell. They're sitting down. Gordon comes in, takes the kids, and Karen brings up the situation about hearing that Wendy called the girl slow. Now, Mia says in her response, she's saying, I didn't really like that because, my son, he has a speech impediment, and I'm talking to him and telling him that, he's smart and that he can do anything. He's smart, he's kind, he's, all of the things. And I don't, I take issue with that. She needs to be very careful with her words. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you're not using your son as a shade shield. No, you're not using your son as a shade shield. How the hell did this get turned into your son having a speech impediment, ma'am? Wendy was talking about you, not your son. She was talking about you. And you decide to dodge the shade that Wendy gave you because you're not intelligent enough to create your own witty comeback. So you decide to try to go the route of, oh my gosh, she was talking to my son. Watch, y'all. It's gonna evolve until you're talking about my son. It's gonna evolve into that. I promise you. When Wendy has no knowledge of your son and his learning challenges, none of us knew, and now you just threw your son under the bus and put all his business out in the street, which did not need to be heard or known, because you're working with him, and that's not anything the public needs to know. But because you're so insecure and unintelligent, you decided that you want to throw your son out there as a shade shield. And I said, this girl is probably one of the most trifling women I've ever seen in my entire life on TV. I do not like her. Okay, go on away from me with this girl. All right. So we see Wendy, we see Candace and Kiana. Now, said Kiana is a plus. Throw out Nneka and get Kiana on here because she's cool. I also saw on Twitter that Kiana was the girl that was in the club gathering. And when I say a little drummer girling on the girls in the clubs, y'all remember that that physical, the laying of the hands that happened in the club? Apparently that was Kiana. That she was going on. She was Girly was getting in. So apparently that was Kiana. All right. So Kiana owns a med spa business in Baltimore. They were in Baltimore when they were having this conversation, and she knows one of the RHOP girls by, I think she knows the group by way of Wendy, right? And so they're all talking, and Wendy is on some, oh, Candace, you need to connect with Ashley. You need to see with Ashley. And I'm looking like, girl, what are you talking about? Ashley about the most messiest woman. And here I am, haven't even watched hardly any Nneka season of this show. But I already know Ashley ain't nobody that you need to tell anything or be friends or do anything. Okay, together. Peace. All right. So Candace is like, listen, I don't, you do what you want to do, okay? But as of me in my house, baby, I ain't fooling with that bitch, okay? And I said, I know that's right, because that hoe is crazy, okay? So Wendy tells the girl that they're about Nneka and that Ashley told her that, all these negative things about the things that she saw on the blogs. And Candace was like, girl, I'm not even going to tell you. I will say that Ashley's probably lying, okay? She immediately calls her out. She doesn't say it to her in the restaurant, but she says in the confessional, she says, I wouldn't believe not a motherfucking thing. Ashley says, and I bet you we've already had situations with Ashley's friends coming back and telling and screwing up what the words are and all that other foolishness in terms of Deborah, right? Which I like the way that production did that screeching terror noise when she walked past with them damn eyebrows. I said, oh God, that shit is funny as hell to me. Anyway, I was with Candace in that moment. Okay, like, child, the hell you gonna believe Ashley? Please don't listen to not a fucking thing that bitch got to say. Okay. Now we get to Ashley and we get to Karen. Ashley and Karen are looking for something to wear for the first communion that Wendy is having with her children. And I listen, I don't know what the hell store they was in. I don't know what the hell store they were in. Ma'am, that was so ugly. What khakis? That was so, please, okay. They sit down and start talking, and Ashley says that she may have misremembered what Nneka said about Wendy, and what she reported back to Wendy may not necessarily have been the truth or the case. Girl, bye, Ashley. Bye, Ashley. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Karen in the confessional talking about that lady Bunions. Listen, Karen she's quick witted. I like her. I like Karen. I like Karen so far. So far. So far. All right, so we get to first communion. Again, I thought that this was just I'm driving home that we're a good Christian family. We're a good old Christian home, right? Girl, please. Wendy did look good in that white, y'all. Wendy was killing it in that white. She looked amazing. Not gonna lie to you. Now all the friends and family are coming. Now, who is Cruz's godmother's husband? Right. Okay. Hello. All right. Now I'm in a relationship and I do got a man, but I am not blind. Okay. Shoot. All right. Anyway, so Ashley gets there. Everyone's coming in and they're yellow. They look good. Ashley gets there, sits right next to Candy. So all the damn seats in the whole place. Y'all couldn't have moved things around. I know production did that. Candace tells Ashley, listen, I don't have no problem with you. I can be in the same space with you, girl. You're a non-motherfucking factor. She didn't say it like that, but that's how I that's how I gathered it. Bitch, you could be in any motherfucking room. Bitch, you was a non-factor. I don't give a fuck what you doing. Okay? She didn't say all that, but that's how I interpreted it. That's how I interpreted it, right? Ashley then admits to Wendy, hey, I maybe have misrepresented what Nneka said. She didn't say that you were Osu. I, may have just gotten the words mixed up. But he's like, how the hell did you do that? How, you said that the girl said, I did not say that. Ashley, I did not say that. Did not say that. Well, how the hell did any of this get started if you didn't say that, Ashley? Girl, I was Candace in that moment, like, child, okay. Maybe I told you she wasn't shit, but you didn't want to listen to me, okay? So we get to the final scene. This is going on. It's kind of like a bifurcated scene. It's Robyn and Nneka, and they're still at the first communion. So as they're talking, they're showing mom is there, right? So Wendy's mother is this like domineering woman who is the matriarch of the family, and she don't play no games. Okay, you can tell. So Robyn is meeting with Nneka. Already was looking like, why, bitch? Why the fuck you meeting with Robyn? You know good and goddamn well Robyn and Wendy don't like each other. You could tell Robyn and Wendy don't like each other. You already know Robyn and Wendy do not like each other, okay? They don't see it for each other. So why the fuck would you be meeting with Wendy to tell her the bullshit that you just came up with? Now, I'm still trying to understand the 6 degrees of separation that Nneka was telling us because she's not even in the midst of it. She's just repeating back a story that she heard from her husband's cousin's auntie's cat girl. Said, bitch, I know you're not coming to me with some old 6 degree tea. Are you kidding? Okay. So again, they're calling her Nneka. Please correct them. Tell these bitches what your fucking name is. You're so annoying to me already, right? So then Nneka starts to tell a story about how her older sister, Wendy's older sister Ivy, was contacting her husband's cousin's cat first removed about using her name and for clout, and then that the mother had called the first cousins of the husband's second removed cat, and that I've got a shrine and a voodoo doll, and I've got things to say, girl. Bitch, I know you not coming to me. No, bitch, first of all, you going to Robyn motherfucking Dixon. The bitch don't even she don't even ask questions in her own goddamn house. So she is not going to ask any questions. She's just going to sit up here and act like this is some real true tea. And it really isn't. I still am lost. What the fuck is going on? Well, the next episode, again, we getting into some old foolishness about your mama setting up shrines and all this other stuff. What the fuck this got to do with Wendy? What does this have to do with Wendy? You bring this up about her sister Ivy, but what does this have to do with Wendy? And you're not even involved. You don't even know. It's between your husband's cousin's cat twice and third removed. Wendy ain't even what how does this got to do with Wendy? I mean, outside of it being her sister and her mother, girl. And then you're taking your own culture, your own spiritualism, and trying to use it. Girl, It's not a good look, mama. It's not a good look. And the propaganda and the fears surrounding African culture, African spirituality is already. Remember, I had somebody tell me a long time ago, this is how deep our roots in terms of xenophobia, in terms of spirituality, specifically African spirituality. This is how deep our roots go in terms of being anti, right? I had somebody tell me years ago that they were happy that our ancestors were snatched up off the islands over there because we weren't, and were taught Jesus and taught the Bible, because that was the only way to get us saved. They said that they were happy that we were snatched up and put in chains and brought to this country because that was the only way we would have met and known Jesus. Said, when I tell you how far gone you have to be to say some bullshit like that, and that's the type of environment that we're walking in. So here you go with your xenophobia and the propaganda that you're already trying to. I don't even want to. I'm not gonna go there. I'm feeling myself getting worked up and getting mad. But ma'am, you are not you are not representing Nigerian culture properly, and you ought to be a damn shame to yourself. You raggedy tired ass, trifling ass bitch. Okay. Anyway, y'all get down in the comments, tell me what y'all think about the episode. Cool, not y'all talking about somebody cousin cat across the street, across the street from the burnt down building. Girl, what the fuck to do with the price of tea in China, mama? Anyway, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this episode. Be sure to like this video before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one.